on your heart center. And I want you to start to connect with your breath. Feel your feet on the ground. And you're just noticing how you feel. Maybe roll through those shoulders a little bit. Long, smooth breaths. Breathe in through your nose. Imagine that breath going all the way down through your body to your feet and then coming back up as you exhale. And as you check in with how you're feeling, ask yourself, how do you want to feel when we're done with practice today? And set that intention. So your intention is set. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the arms down to the sides. You're going to move with your breath. Inhaling, come up onto your toes. Exhaling, come down. And just move at your own pace. Notice the balance, how your feet feel on the ground. We're lifting up our energy, pulling it through our body. 2 more times at your own pace. And if it doesn't feel good to bring the arms up overhead, it would be okay to take them part way up. Now, next time you settle on the ground, you're going to bring your hands onto your legs. And we're going to inhale up and exhale all the way down. The knees can be bent or straight. And you're just going to inhale up and exhale down. And again, as you're doing this, you're noticing, what's happening in your body. Now, when we come up this next time, we're going to take our arms up overhead. And now we're going to change the movement. So you're going to try to keep your arms in line with your ears. Inhale up. Exhale down. So engage your core, engage your feet on the ground, inhaling up, exhaling down. Notice if you drop your arms, if they have a hard time staying in line with your ears. One more time. And when you come up this time, just bring those hands to the heart center and check in. How's your breath? How's your body temperature? And now we're going to add in a little salutation. So make your way towards the front of your space, arms down at the sides. Inhale those arms up. Exhale down into your forward bend. Inhale halfway up. Exhale in towards your legs. And we're going to step back with your right foot and then either come up hands onto your thigh or up towards the sky. And we're going to stay here for a moment. I want you to notice how you're feeling. So your front knee is over the ankle. We're going to kind of explore something here. So you're either going to keep your arms in line with your ears out to the sides or even on your hips. You're going to pivot up onto your back toes and then bring yourself up. And then you're going to come into some level of Virabhadrasana 3. Then you're going to settle back into Virabhadrasana 1. So Warrior 1 into Warrior 3. And you might see I'm grabbing onto this little post here. And you're just going back and forth with your breath. Finding that way that works for your body. So try the arms in different locations. It's okay too if you just lift that foot up off the ground. Right? So you're finding a way that works for you. Okay, one more time. Find your balance, hold the position, but keep breathing. And then we're going to come down one more time. And then exhale your hands down to the ground. You're going to step back with that front foot. So now we're in a plank. Bend those knees and slide back into a down dog and pedal through your feet. And let that spine grow long. Use your whole hand, the fingers, the padded parts around your hands. Now from here, we're going to come into a plank and slide right into our up dog. Knees and hips are off the ground. On the exhale, come back. And let's do that a couple of times. With your breath, inhale forward, exhale back. letting that energy slide through your body as you're moving. One more time. And as you exhale back into your down dog, we're going to take that right foot, step it forward, hands onto your thigh or up towards the sky. Breathe, notice how you're feeling, and then pivot that back heel to the ground. So find your warrior. Find your warrior within you. And then again, we're going to pivot up onto the back toes. Inhale as you come up. Exhale forward. Find your balance and then bend that front knee. Take the back foot down. Extend your arms. And remember that your arms can be in line with your ears, out to the sides, on your hips. Inhale is up. Exhale, come forward. Find your balance, then bend the knee, step back. We're going to do it a few more times. Finding your place. And you might try different arm movements to see which feels better. And you probably notice it. This is a lot of work, right? So notice how you're feeling last time. And we're going to hold this position. Your straight leg, your lifted leg, the foot is flexed. And from here, when we come down, we're going to step down, extend those arms up, pivot up onto those back toes. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step that back foot forward and inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. So now's a great time to check in with your breath, your heart rate. How's your body feeling? And now we're just going to flow through a regular salutation. So inhaling those arms up, exhaling forward bend. Inhale halfway up, exhale into your legs. Next inhale, right foot comes back. Step back the left foot, you find your plank. Exhale, slide back into your down dog. Inhale, come forward into plank or up dog. Relax those shoulders. Exhale, come back. Inhale, right foot comes forward. And exhale, bring that back foot in. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. So how are you doing now? How's your energy feeling? So from here, I want you to stand with your feet maybe a little bit wider than the width of a mat. Hands on outside of your legs. We're going to inhale, body up, exhale, slide down. Inhale up, exhale, slide down. You can bring up that outside elbow if that feels good. No rush. And then if it sounds inviting, extend that arm overhead. All right. And next time you come back up, we're going to step our feet to about hip width apart, connecting with your breath. And we're going to do a little Katasana, which is chair. So inhaling those arms up and exhale into a little bit of a chair. Inhale up, exhale down. And again, noticing how you're feeling. Notice if you feel heat or energy building somewhere in your body. One more time. And then on the exhale, bring those hands down. Now, you're standing there, your feet are about hip width apart, maybe a slightly wider. We're going to inhale up and we're going to take our hands down to the ground. So some of you are going to need to bend your knees to get your hands on the ground. So here, I want you to keep your elbows straight. So your elbows are going to want to bend, but you're going to keep them straight. And we're going to bend the knees. Inhale with the legs straight. Exhale, bend the knees and bring your hips down towards the ground. Notice how that feels in your low back. Keep those elbows straight. Notice if they desire to bend. Now, one of these times, we're going to come right down into a squat. So find a way to be down on the ground. You might have a little roll, tennis ball, something under your heels. You're going to bring those hands to your forehead or your heart center. Your back is nice and rounded, feet grounded on the floor. And you're just going to relax for a moment. So today we're going to do our first arm balance, where you bring your hands to the ground and possibly your feet will come off. And so I want you to watch first and before you try, and notice how I use my feet. I don't press or kick off or anything like that. It's a shift of the weight, okay? And remember that I want you to be safe. Also notice where my head is in relationship to the ground. My head stays far away from the ground. This is not a pose where we put our head on the ground. So I'm going to turn around to the side. And so here we are in this position we were just in. Index fingers are facing straight ahead. Fingers are spread. And then your hands are as wide as your shoulders are a little bit wider. And you're going to bend your knees and bring your shins, the lower legs, up onto your triceps, right? So you might just explore that and see how that feels. Now, if it feels safe, you'll start to rest your shins onto your triceps, maybe lift one foot or both of them, and then possibly hold yourself there. Notice where my head is. My head is not close to the floor. And for some of you, it might be really easy. This is one of those poses that took me a long time to get because of figuring out how to balance my body. But once you get it, it tends to stay with you and get a little bit easier as you practice. So let's try it one more time. Find your place. And some of you might be able to hold it for a period of time too. All right, so from there, so this is called Bakasana or crow pose. And we have lots of things where we're going to build from there. And don't worry if you didn't get it this time. We'll have other opportunities to practice. Now we're going to come down onto our knees. So get yourself a blanket or something like that if you like to have one. Just checking on our time, making sure we're still good. All right, so we're going to do a flow on the ground, a vinyasa. So here we are, we're relaxing on our heels. If that doesn't work for your body, you could be in this position. So you're going to find that position that works. And we're going to move with our breath. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, down towards child's pose. Inhale, up to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And we're just going to go through at your own pace. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Feel that low back getting a nice little stretch. Inhale, up to tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reach for the sky. And remember, if you can't sit down on your heels, you just bring your hands to your heart center, or you come all the way down. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale, extend. Exhale, come down. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale down. 1 more time. Always at your own pace. Now, when you come down, and if you're comfortable sitting like this, you're going to stay like this. If you're not, then you can stretch your legs out. So what I want you to do here, we're going to take your left arm up, let that bend and reach down towards your back body. And then possibly bring your other hand up to the tricep. Gentle little stretch through your arm. And you're still breathing. We're going to release that arm. Take the other arm up, and again, bend your elbow hand on the back of the body. Long, smooth, gentle breaths. Hand comes to the tricep. Now, when we release this arm, roll through those shoulders and let go of any of your thoughts about how well you did Bakasana, crow pose, and know that there's time to develop it. We're going to interlace our fingers now and roll through your wrists and then switch directions. And then let's take that forward and gently, gently, gently pull your fingers towards your body. And we're going to do the second side. And you're still breathing and you're noticing, heart rate, body temperature, breathing rate. And we're going to let go. Now we're going to make our way down into a seated position. Let's see. So here we are. I'm going to show you some variations on this pose. So starting position, inhale is here. Exhale, slide back and lift up your legs. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lift. Try to find your balance, move with your breath. Now, some variations. I'm just moving my mat out of the way. Variations, inhale, exhale, slide your heels in, don't lift the feet, right? So you're gonna say, what feels better in my body? The other way you can do is keep your hands on the ground and move through your legs, right? So you're finding that way that works for you. And I'll go through different variations, always moving with your breath. This will be our last one. So when you get into your position, you're going to hold that position, but keep breathing. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then very gently bring those knees in and roll down onto your back. All right. So here we are on our backs, hopefully safe and comfortable. Can you see me? I'm wondering because I can't see. Fix this. All right. All right, so here we are, relaxing. You have your feet about hip width apart. And you're just going to connect with your breath for a moment. And we're going to just move through the pelvis. So inhale, tilt your pubic bone up. Exhale, tilt it down. And you're keeping your pelvis on the ground. It's like a little gentle massage for the low back. Now from here, you're going to stop tilting your pelvis that way, and we're going to go side to side, left to right. So you're just, and one knee will come forward as you tilt through that pelvis. And you're just noticing how it feels in the low back, and maybe in the front of your hip flexors. And again, we're going to come to a place where we stop. Some of you might like to continue doing it, but eventually we're going to stop. You have your feet on the ground, heels like 4 to 6 inches from your buttocks, arms at your side. Inhale, you're going to press down with your feet. Your head stays on the ground, shoulders on the ground, hips and chest open, arms come overhead. Inhale is up, exhale is down. Just moving with your breath. And one more time. And when you come down this time, we're going to take the knees in towards your chest, hug them in. Maybe a nice little circle, or some of you might just like to hug your knees in. And then from here, we're going to take our feet down to the ground again, one at a time. Walk your feet out so your feet are as wide as your mat and have those arms out to the side. Now we're going to bring one knee in at a time towards the floor. It doesn't touch the floor for most of us, but you keep the other knee up while you bring one knee in. And you're just noticing how it feels in your body. We're going to do each side one more time. And then you're going to walk your feet in towards one another. Arms are going to stay out at the side. Inhale, head and knees pointing towards the sky. Exhale, head in one direction, knees in the opposite direction. Inhale back to center. Exhale, second side. Just moving with your breath, no rush. Noticing how your body feels. Now, some of you may want to stay on one side and stop moving, and some of you might like to continue. Your body, what would try it out. And then we're going to make our way back to the center, second side. If you've been holding the position, now come back to the center. And this is where I want you to ask your body, is there anything else that you need? And if so, you're going to do that. And then you're going to move into Shavasana. You're going to lay down and relax. So lay yourself down and get yourself comfortable. Cover yourself up if it's a little chilly. Long, smooth breaths.